Help me to help her walk again. Come out and support us at the Pickers Playing Field on the 29th of December 2024 from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. in aid for Gwendolyn Joseph Gums, who requires a prosthetic leg. This is a family fun day. Bring out your family, your friends, everyone to have a grand time. There will be a bun eating competition, tag of war competition, best t-shirt design competition, lucky dip, children playground by K&E party time. There will also be live entertainment by the General, Lyrica Reds, Juki Dan, Dior, Hell's Gate Steel Orchestra, Point Iron Band, and much more. This event will be streamed live by Parish League. Tickets $25, and the tickets can be used to purchase food and drinks. There are spots available for vendors. Registration is $200. See you there. Thank you in advance.
And good evening. Welcome to a Wednesday night edition of Sports Lifeline here on ACB Caribbean Parish League Network. I'm Kenny Benjamin, alongside
Arlene Josiah.
And tonight we're gonna take you to the last couple of days of sports in Antigua. Quite a few things have happened, and we intend to bring you up to date with some football scores. West Indies is doing well in cricket, and so forth. The situation with the West Indies, though, is that they drew the test match series against Bangladesh, and now they're 2-0 up in the 50 over competition. They have batted second, the last game there, I think that was yesterday, in St. Kitts, and I think Bangladesh were bowled for 230 odd, and West Indies chase it down with almost 11 overs or 12 overs remaining with the loss of 3 wickets, which suggests that they're doing better in the white ball cricket. Arlene, what's happening in the world of netball in Antigua and Barbuda?
Good night again. Well, Karen was unopposed last night at the general election. So let me congratulate her and her team. And I hope it won't be business as usual. I hear her this morning on another talk show. She's ready to, she and her team will be meeting next week. And she make mention of a grassroots program and back to the community. And I'm looking forward for that.
I thought she was going to be here with us tonight. What's going on with that?
Well, she's a bit busy because I think Mr. Roy Benjamin, and a contingent will be visiting Antigua.
So is she busy tonight?
She's busy getting everything in place for the arrival of Mr. Benjamin.
Fair enough.
Because even last night at the election, the calls keep on coming into her.
All right, so congratulations to Karen. And you, are you on the executive?
No, say young people, so it's a bunch of young people on the executive now.
Oh, so does that mean that we're going to see things happening?
Oh, yes, I guess. I think so, because let me not say I guess. The core people that she have, there's a doctor also sits on the executive. Dr. Anthony.
Today is the 11th of December 2024, yes. And you said that good things are going to happen for netball.
I have to talk power to, if I come here and sit.
We will keep that in our diary. Just remember that Arlene Josiah Mason said that on the 11th day of December 2024, that
yes,
good things are going to happen.
Yes, because not because I don't sit on the executive. I am I'll still give my input to the sport because, again, that's the sport that really start me out. And the core, again, of people that shall, because Miss Cabral is back on the executive. You have Amy Lake. And as I said to you, the good doctor. I think she have a good core of work. And Flipper, if nothing is done, we just have to do what we have to do, call for them to resign.
776-2866, 776-2866, 776-2866. The number that you can WhatsApp us, or you can send us a message, or you can call us on WhatsApp if you want to be interactive. Arlene, I have a few things that I want to clear my mind with, and I'm going to be a little bit biased in terms of one-sided and so on.
What do you mean, one-sided?
I'm going to focus on one sport for the time being, and you can always chip in and stop me. And
Okay, before you focus, dear, I just want to extend a heartfelt thank you to our cameraman there for Saturday night. I see you don't even touch on that, Flipper.
that's your job, Arlene. You're the secretary.
Well, you were there.
So you touching it, I'll just
No, I want you, because you were there, I want you to, give
I just said to you, I'm going to be biased. I'm focusing on something. So you touch on that.
Yes, I just want to thank the ACB Parish League team for coming out on Saturday night. I'm still a bit tired from the up and down, but in the end it was
Arlene, you had
successful.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and the whole
Still
of Wednesday
tired.
to rest.
Still tired, Flipper. It wasn't easy. And to all the other sponsors and also the awardees. And Flipper, you were looking real sharp on Saturday night collecting that award for Mr. Is it Cottrell George? That's his name?
Yes, it was Cottrell George.
Yeah, and trust me, I was overwhelmed. I feel good with my team and myself, the past players. Football Inc., Support Inc., we pulled this one off, the first one, and again, it wasn't easy because personalities were clashing, and it was a tough one, Flipper, but at the end of the day, it was awesome. To the caterer, all Sunday get food.
Well, Arlene, I was a little bit disappointed with the support, with the turnout. When you look and you see exactly what the cause was all about, some folks got together, yourself included, and they decided they're going to form this corporation that assists past players, past football players, and they have made mention that it doesn't have to be football, but they're focusing on past football players. And when you look and you see the kind of support that you got from the clubs and so forth, it was a little bit sad. I felt that I should have seen more members from clubs and even past players themselves, because they never know when they will take a turn. And I'm not going to give all the blame to them. Maybe that the organizers didn't really attack the clubs and say, look, you know what, here's 10 tickets, sell them
I'm
for
going to
us.
cut you right there. We did. Whenever we are doing any
funny enough, nobody asked the board to sell any tickets. So that is why
really
that is why I'm saying and that is my point. That is what I'm saying. Maybe they didn't attack it enough and say to the clubs, listen, we have 60 clubs in Antigua. Here is 5 tickets each. See if you can sell 3, that's fine, because this is what I meant. It is not that I am saying you didn't try, but I'm just saying this is something that you could have done.
Yeah, but
to
some of
enhance.
the executive members that sit, some of the members that sit on the executive are part of clubs.
That some. So what I'm saying to you just a while ago, nobody offered Liberty to sell any tickets. So if I'm saying that, maybe there are other clubs who if you had offered, they would have probably sell extra 2 or 3. That could have been extra 40 people in the place and a lot more funds for the cause that you're trying to.
But to tell you more, there's some people that bought tickets and didn't come.
Well, that is also a fact, because I would have guessed that you would have looked at the amount of tickets that were sold, and the caterers would have to know what numbers they're catering for and so on and so forth. So once the body was satisfied with the support, then I guess that is okay. But I just felt I was a little bit disappointed. I felt I could have seen more people, because it was a big cause, and it's going to be a big cause, and it has been a big cause that the body is trying to raise these funds.
Yeah, but Flipper, again, sports people don't support fundraisers that a sporting body have, because we have more than one fundraiser, and let me tell you, it's the non-sporting people that really supports us. And at the end of the day, when there's someone ill or something, the first somebody they reaches to us. And then whenever it comes to the executive, and I decided I'm not supporting. Some executive members think I'm bitter, but I'm not bitter, because where are we going to get the money from to support if you're not supporting us?
The thing about it, Arlene, I understand what you're saying, but I think your executive members are right. They're looking at the bigger picture. Look, everybody will not support, but the cause is to support wherever we can. I don't think you have to have a reason why you need to support, or a reason why you don't need to support. If someone, and you know, genuinely need assistance, they can't afford it, and you can assist, I think that is the important thing. I believe it is still a new body, and what you need to do is to continue to pick away at because as some of these players get older and they start to see the need, you will see them starting to come aboard. So it is what, 4 years old, 5 years old?
About that, yeah.
Right, and so it is still in the development stage. Eventually it will catch on, and I'm guarantee you that you'll see people starting to support when they realize the importance of such a organization. So I'm not flustered by the few people who don't want to support, especially the young ones. They don't start to understand yet that they're going to get old and injured sometimes, so they're just enjoying life, you know. So I think it is important for you to continue to sell your program, continue to get the clubs involved a little bit more, and like I say, maybe every now and again you need to go to one of those clubs venue and organize some sort of fundraiser and get them involved, and you know, that type of thing, because it is an important organization. And I urge you all to continue to fight, continue to struggle. Nothing good comes easy, because at the end of the day, one of these days you're going to get up and have enough and move on, and somebody will take over the secretary position and all of these things. That is why it is important to continue to sell the idea to people. Let them know what this is all about and the importance of it. And I'm sure that as we go along, we'll see more and more people start to buy into it and to understand that this institution is important and I want to be a part of it.
I hear you.
Okay? Now, where was I?
The one sport that you're gonna...
One of the situations that I noticed, and I'm going to call some names, Arlene, Alzari Joseph, Hayden Walsh, Joel Andrews. Those three guys are pretty much playing for the West Indies. They're all from Antigua. Raheem Cornwall played recently. Kareem Ago represented the USA a couple years ago. Then there is Kofi James. Then there is Kareem Ago. Then there is Javier Spencer. Then there is Kadeem Henry, Demari Benta. They have contracts with Leeward Islands Hurricanes. Then there is Kelvin Pittman. He's got a contract with the West Indies Academy. All of these, you weren't counting in it. That's about 14 or so, or 11 or 14 players that I just called there. Let's have a look at them again. Alzari Joseph, Joel Andrews, Hayden Walsh Jr., Raheem Cornwall, Kareem Ago, international. Then you have Javier Spencer, Kofi James, Demari Benta, Kadeem Henry, Kelvin Pittman.
That's 10.
That's 10. Is there any more? Okay.
Yeah, call Hayden Walsh Jr.
Those players are making a living out of cricket. They have contracts. They don't work. They play. They're professional cricketers. That is what they do. Okay. Then there is Wendell Polo Cornwall. There is Pernell Watley. That is two coaches who are contracted either by Cricket West Indies or Leeward Islands Hurricanes. So they're making monies there as well. Then we have a number of people that score. We have a number of guys that umpire as well at the regional level. All right? They are making a living from cricket as well. And I know even the guys who have development contracts for Leeward Islands, it is something that they can live off. It is at least maybe a minimum of maybe $3,500 a month. That's what they get for having a development contract. So, the guys who don't have development contracts are getting more. But when you look around, we see all the young people, they want to play football. And there has to be a reason. Okay? So, I am looking at our government. Well, not our government, the government. Because I want it to be clear that I mean all governments. That is how they look at it. Whenever cricket comes to the shores of Antigua and Barbuda, it is a big thing. A lot of them are there and they believe it brings money into the economy and all of these type of things, hype and jobs. But we are not seeing anything, Arlene, to educate and to entice people to say there's nothing wrong in playing more than one sport. Okay? But here is it that these are the options. You can play football, and when you reach 23, you stop because you're not going to weigh in a good economic and take a team and you top the sports. Or you can play cricket and football, and when you reach 23, you can, if you want to stop the one, you can stop the one, but you can continue. Or you can become an umpire or a coach or a scorer. The thing is, and I say I'm going to be biased, Arlene, is that apart from swimming right now, I don't see no other sports making any headway but cricket. Not enough. Not just making headway, it is providing lucrative jobs for those who have some sort of success. Lucrative jobs. All right? If you don't believe me, go and have a look at Alzari's net worth on the internet. Just go and see what he's worth. And Alzari is still a young chap. Just started playing about 5 years ago. When you look at the amount of jobs that is offered in cricket, like I said, scoring, umpiring, physio, match referee, massage therapist, coaching, and all these type of things, I think it is the ideal thing for a small country to say, you know what, we're supposed to have a lot of talent. Let us put some effort into cricket and let us give our young people an opportunity to make money from something that they love. Now, why I'm saying this, because the budget speech is coming up soon. Well, the budget speech is finished, Arlene. And we're going to hear what the Minister of Sports is bringing towards the table in terms of cricket. And I said I'm going to be biased because we need a national sport. And if you have $10 million to put into sports, one sport must get more than the rest because it is giving back more and because it is more beneficial to the country and to the people. Now, the only problem I have, Arlene, is that calls for planning. So you see my problem right there. What is my problem?
There's no planning.
We do not plan well.
So if you don't plan well, if they don't plan well, so if they don't plan well, so why you think they should get, that particular sport should get most of the money?
Well, the thing about it is that because it comes from planning.
But you said they're not plan well.
Well, right. So there's where I'm going. Now, here's what I'm saying to you. Karen just won the netball presidency, I think for the third time.
Well, the last election was in 2020.
Okay.
So remember COVID
Okay,
around,
right.
So.
So she's there for 4 years. Now, here's my thing, is that what I want to suggest to Karen is to, how long is the term? 2 years?
2 years.
Is to sit down with some people that she believes she can really and truly trust, people who can guide her in a good place, and say, listen, I need some things in black and white. I need some programs, some documented stuff and so forth, some measurable stuff. Things so after every 6 months we can see where we're going, if we're going. And you plan it. How am I going to do it? Where am I going to get the funds from? How much is it going to cost? Who am I going to use? What are the objectives? So that when it's done, what are we looking for? That is called planning.
So you don't think all the association know that they're supposed to plan?
No.
They don't?
No. I believe sometimes we give people too much credit, Arlene. Some things that you think they should know, they don't know them. And I believe that is one of our challenges that we have here. We give people too much credit. Arlene, some of these head of these associations, they're like a man from Grace Farm. He catch him bus go Liberty and he can't get back home. Last. Simply put. I can't put it any simpler than that. Some of these people just lost. And I will tell you something. Ego is a funny thing, Arlene. Ego is a funny thing.
True.
If we let it get a hold of us, there is complacency, there is confidence. Those two I can live with. I can live with confidence where you think that I can do this. You know, I actually can do this, Arlene. I know I can do this. I'm overconfident. There is complacency where you think, oh, this is in the bag. I don't have to go out and try too hard. You know, I've beaten them already. If if we just turn up, this is going to happen. And then there is ego.
Because even last night at the election, there's an executive member from the Football Association that said to me, football have the worst administration. And I said to that individual, when 4 of us that was sitting on the executive before talk out about how bad the executive was, y'all call us all sorts of names. We are one somebody call us what the pandemic that just passed the name?
COVID.
We're COVID riot, we're this, we're that. So now hearing that is the worst. You were told what was
You
going
mean a current
on.
executive member told you that?
A current executive. And I said to the said member, when I tell you all what was going on, y'all sit and call me the troublemaker, my this, my that. So now you go there and see, what am I supposed to say? Well, they say it even get worse. And they label football administration is the worst.
Well, I am not surprised to hear that. And I am not surprised it is time for the break either. Because when you really go on to hit some people, the time flies fast. So we're going to take a break and we're going to come right back.
Help me to help her walk again. Come out and support us at the Pickers Playing Field on the 29th of December 2024 from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. in aid for Gwendolyn Joseph Gums, who requires a prosthetic leg. This is a family fun day. Bring out your family, your friends, everyone to have a grand time. There will be a bun eating competition, tag of war competition, best t-shirt design competition, lucky dip, children playground by K&E party time. There will also be live entertainment by the General, Lyrica Reds, Juki Dan, Dior, Hell's Gate Steel Orchestra, Point Iron Band, and much more. This event will be streamed live by Parish League. Tickets $25, and the tickets can be used to purchase food and drinks. There are spots available for vendors. Registration is $200. See you there. Thank you in advance.
And we are back. We are back here at Sports Lifeline. And I want to continue where I left off, Arlene, is that the time has come really and truly for us to really stop the talking. And when I look and I see some of the young boys playing football and they want the most expensive boots and they want the best and they come over and they flick this thing and do all sorts. And when they go on the football field, they don't understand a thing. Because that is what they see on TV. We are not bombarding our local stations and even our social media with the one sport, at least, that is going to really and truly make a difference. Now, I'm not saying by any means that people shouldn't play other sports. I am not saying that. All I'm saying is that we have to look and see, really and truly, how are we going to benefit our young people? They want something to do that they love and to make a living from it, what it is going to be. And those are facts. And if the government don't see it fit to make cricket be something that everybody wants to participate in, it will also help support for cricket when it comes here. Because if more young people playing cricket, they're going to want to go and see. They're going to want to go and see their idols, the people who they watch on TV and watch on the social media and so forth. They're going to want their parents to take them. The parents will want to go with the young people and get involved, especially if young people are involved with cricket and they're doing well. The parents will want to think, we want to go to see what to expect for my children, boys and girls alike. And so, it is a whole thing that we have to change. We have to change our mindset. We have to change our culture. Only we too fast food. And if you really want to be fast food, then you expect that you're not going to be healthy. And this is what is happening with our sports. Everybody wants football because it's easy. I'm buying boots, I'm going to go down on the park with a little old ball, I'm going to kick them in the goal, me and my friend. But if I can play cricket, I have to prepare a pitch, I have to get some equipment, and I have to train hard and so forth. But look at the people who I call, and I want to go back to them again. Joel Andrews is 17 years old, and he's playing international cricket. And I can bet you he's got a couple of $1,000 already on his bank account. Alzari Joseph, he's still a young man, he's not even 29 as yet. And like I say, go and check his net worth. Mm-hmm. Hayden Walsh Jr., you can check his net worth as well. Then you have Raheem Cornwall, his net worth is there as well, you can check. Kareem Gore, and these guys, young people. I think Raheem Cornwall just turned 31, so they're still young people. And then you have people like Kofi James, who is making decent living from Lewis Hurricanes, Javier Spencer, then now there is Kadeem Henry, and Damari Benta. Pittman. And when these umpires from Antigua go to umpire in the regional tournaments, they do fairly okay. Richie Richardson, I forgot, is a match referee. Yes. For ICC, you know. And so when you really and truly look at the type of monies that these gentlemen make, honest money, you have to ask yourself the question, why aren't we encouraging young people to follow these people to see what is it and how can they enjoy what they're doing and making money from it and so forth? The other sports need to be played because they have a part to play. A lot of scholarships are available in a lot of these sports. Netball scholarships, football scholarships, basketball, swimming. Now, this will individually improve lives because even if people don't go and play college sports early in, what they do, they go and get an education and they can come back and make the particular sports better or the country better or themselves better, or they don't even have to come back. They may even get a proper job or whatever way they are and make their family better off. So when you look at it, they all have their roles to play. We just need to prioritize and say, this one got benefit more. So guess what? We're going to put a little bit more in the basket so that we can put in more so that we can get more.
I'm going to be biased a little bit on that because maybe too the other sports that's not getting nothing. Maybe that's why it's not where it's supposed to be, like football, cricket.
You can be biased, but then if we look at facts and let us dissect it, none of the sports are getting none.
Right.
And cricket, I just called out what cricketers are out there
Doing, yeah.
So if you give all the sports some, then what do you think will happen? Those who are not doing go do better, and those who are doing go even do better. So don't get me wrong. I am not saying that the other sports shouldn't get. I'm saying all the sports should get. But all I'm saying is that you have to look and see the returns.
Because for netball, for once, we need courses to get our umpires, our coaches, and it needs money. Because you have to bring in these people, and the money is not really there. So that's why, because netball don't even have a
And I agree with you. And let's say the government is going to give netball 200,000 and say, look, we want you to get some referees and some umpires trained and so forth, and we're giving cricket $200,000 so you can get some more coaches and get some physio so that all the teams can have a physio and so forth. Still, we are going to see netball doing some good things and cricket doing some good things. But at the end of the day, and the point I'm trying to say is that because it is a fact that cricket is going to give back more to the country, because
we have 10, 12 players out there.
And not even that. You have regional, international matches coming here, and they do bring millions into the economy. So that is why I'm saying give more to get more. But you're right. You want netball to be viable. You want basketball to be viable, and football and swimming. And that is fine. But all I'm saying, if the government is saying we have $1 million in the budget, not to give to the Ministry of Sports, but to give to sports for development, I'm saying is that cricket should get the biggest piece of that pie. That is what I'm saying, because cricket will bring you back that million so you can give the other sports next year again. That is where I'm going. Because you're going to want to find a way, where am I going to find this $1 million every year? And if you give more to cricket, and you say, hey, fair enough, every time there's an international game and so forth, and we get, people coming in, more tax room, more hotel room paying tax, taxi men making more, the supermarket, so there's more tax going into government coffers and so on.
So what if cricket say that for them the money? And them the
No,
money?
no, cricket can't get it. Cricket can't get it. How cricket can get government money? What I'm saying, Arlene, how government benefits from when these tournaments come here, hotel rooms, they have to pay tax. Whenever they buy anything, they're paying the ABST. And the taxi drivers get money, more money, they have to pay tax. The people who run the laundry, the supermarkets, you understand?
True.
All of these monies go directly to government. So it is not the cricket money. Government makes money when people come in to play cricket. People go to the bar and they buy and they drink and all these type of things. So that is where the money is coming from, by people coming in and staying in hotel rooms and going to the supermarkets and so on, and the laundry and so on. So cricket have no contact, no say with that money. Cricket makes money when the international bodies come here and they act as agents to host the matches, and they get money from Cricket West Indies. That is their money to run their programs.
Okay.
But in terms of national development, I think the government needs to play a bigger part and stop chatting so much of foolishness and really and truly make an effort to help sports. That is one part. Arlene, you ever coach any netball team?
No.
You never coach.
Nope.
You ever manage any team?
A manager on the 15 football team to IMG.
And what was your responsibility as the manager?
To make sure the players, everything is in order for traveling. When we reach overseas, the players is comfortable. No.
You know, pick team and tell the coach who for playing so.
No. The coach. No. Well, when I went to IMG with a bunch of good, people called Casey was the coach and Karanja Mac. And, we sit, everybody puts their head together. The coach will ask each one of us to, select our 12 or whatever and compare. But just for say that, me say, play flipper, play this, no.
The reason why I ask you that is the Leeward Islands cricket is in trouble.
How so?
I think the Leeward administrators, I know for a fact that the president is still pretty much involved in team selection, talking to the chairman of selectors and that type of stuff. And it is wrong. And I want to say this categorically.
So the coach...
It is happening.
Wait. You have a selector.
You have selectors.
Yes.
And you have a coach.
Yes.
But it seems to me, because I tell you this, when the Leeward Islands name, I think they have to name about 10 protected players. And when I say protected, 10 players who they have to contract. That means they protect them. They sign them before the draft.
Right.
They protect those guys. There was no coach. The Leeward Islands board didn't have any coach. And I know it wasn't the chief selector, a guy called Samuel Spencer, better known as Bess. And from all reports, the president, Mr. Enoch Lewis, had a lot of influence in terms of the people who were contracted.
The president...
Arlene Iran.
The president... Repeat what you just said.
We say the president and the chairman, like them, they pick the selected 10.
So are they both on the selection committee?
The president is the president.
Right, but if they're not on the selection committee, how are they picking?
Well,
how are they? No,
well,
it's
that is where I'm going, Arlene. Is that I'm just trying to bring this out into the light that it is wrong. And people need to start letting them know it is wrong. Because
so where is the coach?
There was no coach.
Okay, so the selection
normally,
committee.
And it seems to me like the Leeward Islands deliberately delayed naming a coach so that they could have their way. Because if you name the coach, he would have to be part of the
selection of the
selecting the 10. Because he is the coach. So there was no coach, and right after they selected the 10, then they went and did the selection, the interviews with the coaches and so on. So it seemed it was a deliberate effort.
Okay, they do that. So when the coach come now, can't he make
he can't do nothing because then don't contract the players in them. You can take back their contract. Are you going to take back their contract? No, the thing about it for me, even after they have named the coach, there is still discussion, and I'm still hearing the president's name being called, and and let me tell you something.
Why? Okay, let me ask you a question.
Wait, me and both gentlemen get on very well, but it's
not a personal attack.
I must let them know we have to stop that, because at the end of the day, if you are not in that position as president and as chairman of selectors, and you hear that is happening, you're going to think it shouldn't happen.
Right.
We have
that's
to
true.
stop it.
Maybe the president don't know his role.
He knows his role.
So
he knows
why-
his role.
So why is he selecting? That's not his job.
You know, and I want to say this, that the coach need to stand up. And
So who is the coach
the
now?
coach is a guy called Liebert, Steve Liebert from St. Kitts. And I want to say this to you. I want to believe as well that is why the Leeward Islands don't want certain people around. They don't want strong people who are going to stand up and say, hey, cut that
A
out.
lot
Okay.
of sporting body don't want strong people around.
I am reading something here that I will just switch over to Arlene because I want you to understand when I say I'm going to be biased and what is my gripe and so on and whatever. I want to go to this article here. Where is it? Oh, it's gone. It's gone, Arlene. I had it here. But what it is about Raymond Reefer and John Campbell, the captain of both of the ODI teams, Jamaica and Barbados, who did not go to toss, and the game was forfeited. The finals of the Super 50 didn't play because both captains decided that they were not going to go on toss because they felt, for one, there was not enough time for them to prepare the team, and two, they don't believe the conditions were conducive to play cricket. But here is my take. You're playing a finals. And listen very carefully. I want those who are listening and viewing to listen very carefully. It is a 50-over game. The only how it can be a game, both teams have to bat 20 overs. A minimum of 3. If both teams don't bat 20 overs, the game is abandoned. It is not a game. Now, if this is going to happen, the game must be started by 6 p.m. For it to be a 2020 game. And so it will be considered as a game. Now, if you want the game to start at 6 p.m., then you have to toss about 5:40.
20 to 6.
That means you have to give the teams enough time to warm up. They go on about a half an hour, so you're talking about 10 to 6. So you're talking about what? 5:20. You have to go and tell the teams about 5:20. We're going to start
At 6 o'clock.
at 6 o'clock. If you go any later than that, you'll have problems. You're not getting enough time to warm up, you know. And these guys, if they get themselves injured, they're on their own. They don't want that. And I don't think it is right, and this is what I am understanding, that you have officials. I don't know if it's the president and the CEO or whoever. I don't know. They went onto the field, have on their hard shoes and dress up nice, and they influenced the poor umpires and said, we want cricket can play. Now, I want to say this to you, Arlene. In all the cricket laws and rules that I see, it is very clear the umpires are the sole judges of the fitness of the venue. It didn't say the umpire and the match referee. It didn't say the umpire and the president of the board or the CEO. The umpires.
Yes.
And so if the umpires were influenced, one, they're weak. Can't leave me the umpire now. And I come say, hey, come off the field. Come off the field
So
and let me do
you're
my work.
saying the president and or the CEO, whoever, went to the umpire and said,
I am not saying, I said I am speculating that it could have happened.
Oh.
It could have happened. Because I'm understanding that based on the umpires and so forth and how they were seeing things, it looked pretty dim. I understand the ground was pretty wet. And that dew normally forms heavily at Sir Brian Lara Stadium.
That's in Trinidad, right?
Yes. And so to come that late and say we're going to start at that time.
After 6?
No, 6 o'clock is the time to start.
Right. So what time they go and...
I don't know if it's about 5:30 or what, but the time that they went to the captains, they didn't have enough time to proper warm up and so forth and whatever. And the captains felt that this is a rush and we're not going to take any risks with our players, so they didn't go to toss. So they said they're going to ban these two gentlemen. Now, if you have a big final like that, Arlene, don't you have a reserve day?
Yes.
Exactly. You have a reserve day. And so because there was no reserve day and there was going to be egg on their faces, they tried to force a game. They tried to force a game because there was no reserve day. That is where the mistake was. You know, Arlene, I may never...
what was the conclusion?
The game...
Did not play?
Did not play. Arlene, I may never coach again at West Indies level. But I really don't care. Because nonsense is nonsense.
Because you talk out?
Because I talk the truth. Arlene, nonsense is nonsense. And we have to stop it. And people have to stop it. I will give you more. They reduce the coaches that work at the regional board, the franchises. They reduce their salary without discussing it with them. You know, people get increase in salary.
Yeah.
They reduce the coaches and the assistant coaches' salary. They get a pay cut with no discussion.
So what are they doing about it?
Only about 2 coaches stand up. All the rest of them, including my friend Robert Haynes and so on, all they sit down and lap them tail. All in. It never happened to me. I'm not saying I wouldn't have gone and take what they're giving me. But no, we got why you do this?
Yeah, we have to fight.
Are we gonna get some back pay sometime down the road when you get more money? Why couldn't you come and discuss this with us? I would have asked some questions. The Dodo Bird and them sit down. They remind me of some coaches in Antigua. They would do the same thing.
A lot of people, they do the same thing.
But why not ask the question? I'd like people.
But why did they say why the deduction?
Just tell you, then I tell the coach and then nothing. You know,
No. Then they tell the coach and then not. But I'm saying, why the deduction?
You don't tell the coach nothing. How are they going to tell me?
It have to be a reason why they do the deduction.
But then I say nothing. They just say, hey,
Yeah,
I get less money. Simple as that. When you see a friend Polo, ask him.
I saw him Monday night. I should have known before.
Here one.
I'll message him.
He
asks.
He asks a question.
Oh.
How come you all reduce
the money?
The thing. You know, the thing about it is that we have to stop believing that if someone asks a question that they're out of place. It's simple. You can say, okay, you ask a question, come and see me, I'll explain to you. Because all the rest of them not stand up, so I'm not telling them anything.
Yeah, once you're not together, if it's just one somebody.
Arlene, we probably are the only cricket nation that our Players Association is ineffective. I understand that the Players Association President, Wavell Hines, he was the one that encouraged John Campbell to plead guilty to not going to task, and so he was suspended, given a lighter sentence. Raymond Reefer didn't plead guilty, and he's having his lawyers looking into the matter. I think Wavell Hines must realize that a lot of Wavell Hines is the president of the Players Association. It's like a players' union, but it don't have any teeth anymore. Not like when Ramna Ryan was there. Because Wavell Hines is in bed with the board.
It's a friend and company.
He's sucking up to them. And so a lot of the international senior players are not a part of the Players Association. And that is really sad because it takes away power from them. We're going to take our second break, Arlene, and then we'll come back and do our final segment. Don't go anywhere.
Help me to help her walk again. Come out and support us at the Pickers Playing Field on the 29th of December 2024 from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. in aid for Gwendolyn Joseph Gums, who requires a prosthetic leg. This is a family fun day. Bring out your family, your friends, everyone to have a grand time. There will be a bun eating competition, tag of war competition, best t-shirt design competition, lucky dip, children playground by K&E, party time. There will also be live entertainment by the General, Lyrica Reds, Juki Dan, Dior, Hell's Gate Steel Orchestra, Point Iron Band, and much more. This event will be streamed live by Parish League. Tickets $25, and the tickets can be used to purchase food and drinks. There are spots available for vendors. Registration is $200.
And we're back here, and we just want to say good night to Hansel. You know, she's always there. And to Rakim Jimbo, good night to you. And to Dallas in Australia. We want to believe that you're there watching as well. And I just want us to understand that the discussion we had before the break is what happens in every sport. There's interference in every sport, there is backbiting, and there is stabbing. We do not have a strong players association in the Caribbean. We do not have a coaches association, and so this is why we have so many problems. The other countries have a strong players association. They have a coaching association. So all the coaches say, if they're not paying us 10, we're not working. Or we have to negotiate. But in the Caribbean, if me say then get where me want 10, Arlene go say, hey, give me where, give me. If they give you 7, she go take them.
Never.
Arlene, I don't mean Arlene. I'm just generalizing.
You call my name, so I have to
But
answer.
you're not the only Arlene, and you said you're not a
well,
coach.
Well, it's me and Arlene here.
Well, you're not a coach.
I'm here, the Arlene here.
So if Coach Arlene says she wants 10, it simply means her standard is saying, once I get a job, I'm good. And that is what we have here in the Caribbean. No togetherness.
None whatsoever.
And don't fool yourself. There's no togetherness with the players either.
Yeah, because everybody wants to be the top dogs and them friends. So whatever they say, they're going to go with it. And it's about time we as sports people stand up to these heads and let them know we are worth this. Because how can you deduct my payment without even sit with me and have a conversation with me? So there are too much spineless people in this world of sports. In the world, let me say in the world, because we just, accept what people say. We don't challenge it, because when you challenge certain situation, people label you. And really and truly, I don't care who label me, because I am worth something.
The situation is, and sometimes they speak about justice, and justice should be served, and just means that you have to fight for someone and stand up for someone who can't defend themselves. But the sad thing about it, when you try to fight for other people, they stab you in the back.
Exactly.
And so you have to be very careful
Who you're fighting for.
in terms of who you're fighting for. Look at what happened to Liberty Sports Club a couple of years ago. We stood up for the players, for their safety, for their well-being, and they all left the club. You understand? And so, would I do it again? Yes, because I think it's the right thing to do. At the end of the day, it may work out that the association realizes that what they're doing is wrong and may fix the problem. And then all the players from here on in, even when we are gone to the great beyond, are taken care of in terms of security and in terms of their health, because someone stood up, But what I find around the region, and more so in cricket, because that is what I know, we have too much weak people. We have too much weak people. And I personally believe, this is my belief, that very soon there's going to be a head-on clash with the coach and the chairman of selectors for Leeward Islands, and maybe the president as well. Because he's going to say, look, I'm not going along with what y'all want. Y'all need to keep out and let me do my job.
And then somebody else is going to come in and take the job.
Well, the clash might mean that he stand up and say, look, you don't want to play this guy, I'm going to play him. I'm the coach, I want to play him.
Yeah, but the president and the CEO don't have that say.
Well, the chairman of selectors believe that the cricket is about him, because here is it, that he is a scout in St. Kitts. And he wants matches that are going to start tomorrow to be postponed, because he won't be in Antigua to watch them.
What?
What? This guy think that this cricket is about him.
Who is he, Flipper?
And Mr. Best, I know you're going to get the news. It is not personal. But what you're doing is nonsense. Absolutely nonsense.
What is Mr. Best role be?
He's the chairman of selectors. Because at the end of the day, Leeward Islands have contracted about 15 players. So you must have an idea. The coach can come to you and say, listen, based on the practice matches, I think, what's his name there? I think Arden over here looks really good. He looked better than some of the contracted players. And I think I'm going to give him a run in the first game. You, as the chairman of selectors, it is your duty to say, hey, you're the coach. If you think so, I don't have any problem. I wasn't there to see. I trust your ability. Right. If you believe that this guy deserves a game, I'm going to go with you. Simple as that. What? Nobody else can select a team but you? I don't like when people believe that they know it all. I certainly don't know it all, but I know a bit. I certainly don't know it all. And when someone thinks that if they're not watching a match, that it shouldn't be played, something is wrong with that individual.
So nobody can say nothing to this individual?
Well, I am saying something to him.
You are not a part of are you a part of the Leeward Islands?
I am a part of anything cricket in the Caribbean.
Okay,
because I have a say.
Yeah, but
I have a voice.
what
if
they,
you
what
ask
they
me-
love to say, you one can do it.
No, it's not a matter of me one. It's a matter of making people aware what is going on. That's the
That's
first
true.
thing that needs to happen.
That's true.
Let people be aware of what is going on. And then you start to rally. And say, if that is how Bess is functioning, then we say to Enoch, you need to let him go. Or you have to go. This doesn't make any sense. When are we going to realize that the cricketers are the most important thing, and then the cricket? Because if there are no cricketers, there can
There's
be no
no-
cricket.
That's true.
So we have to understand how we deal with the cricketers. We have to deal with them properly, professionally. We have to understand they have feelings, they have emotions. We have to think about all of, look, this is why we're not going anywhere in cricket now. The cricketers and them don't feel that the administrators care about them, you know. They don't feel that
Yeah,
way.
but why administrators always think that they are the center of anything?
Ego.
It's the players.
When we spoke about the ego.
Yeah, but and that's what killing the
When
sport.
the team win, you always hear them. Well, you know, we did a good job. We won. We did a good job. Like if they throw
play
a ball
something.
against anybody, or they hit a ball against anybody, or they out there on the field.
They're just there to administrate. Let the coach do the work.
Arlene,
Yes.
Hansel Philip wants to know if you're not young. Good
Yeah.
night, Earl.
Yes, teacher.
Hansel was your teacher?
Primary school, Pickett school.
You know, so in terms of that and in terms of getting back now to local sports, we are hoping that Karen, because that's where we're starting, we're going to see things differently. And I'm urging you, Karen, to get on board with your program, get people who can guide you in the right direction, be visible, be active. The next election coming up, I think it is the Cricket Association election, should be coming up soon. I understand that Kuma Rodney still wants to run, and I understand that Regis Burton also wants to run.
And what make you no run?
Arlene, I am doing a very good job over at Liberta. Why am I going to burden myself with
I'm
that?
just asking a question.
And I just answered you. Okay? I can assist them, give them some advice. I can do some plans for them if they want. But in terms of running for the presidency of the Cricket Association, I don't think I have that in me. Okay?
But why you always telling somebody else, go and run?
Yeah, but Ali, what I'm saying, if they can't, they just can't. But it is my right to tell somebody, just like how it is your right to ask me why I don't run. It is my right to tell someone I think you should go up and run. If at the next election, because if when the brother have the next election, which I'm hoping is sometime next year, I won't be putting up myself for presidency again.
No?
No. So if that happens and maybe I feel I'm up to it and the cricket thing comes up in the next 2 years and I think, look, I'm not happy with what they're doing, I think I can do a better job, then I'll go for it. Okay, but I will not be the president of Liberta and be putting myself up to be the president of the Cricket Association.
I hear you.
I think that is biting too big a bite. Okay? So let me be a bad man tonight. You guys ate saying the sports administrators are acting like politicians. Earl, that's exactly what I always say.
And that's what's killing the sport.
You understand? They always want to have a say. They always want to be in charge. They always want to think they know it the most. You know, these politicians, once they become a minister, they know the most about that ministry, that particular portfolio. That is how some of these administrators are. Once they get in a position, they think they know the most about the sports. I probably don't know everything about cricket. Well, I know a lot more than a lot of people. Well, I probably don't know everything, and I will never pretend that I know everything because I'm still learning as well. But This have to come to an end, both locally, regionally, and internationally. It have to come to an end. Where I watch the CPL Arlene, and they say you're not into cricket. But there was a situation where a guy the umpire said not out, yeah? And the team reviewed, then the umpire gave him out, and it seemed like the guy reviewed the review. And when they watched it, the guy was not out. And there was a big commotion. He was already off the field, and they have to call him back. And both coaches were very animated. And up to this day, I did not see, it was a big thing. The game was delayed for about 10 minutes. I did not see the CEO of the CPL, a man called Andrew Hall. He did not get involved. He said, you know what? That is the umpire's thing. Let the umpires sort of that. So, that is what I'm saying. If they feel too wet in Trinidad and the umpires think that the game can't play, no need for nobody else to step in.
Exactly.
If the umpires say the game can't play, let the umpires do their job.
Right, because they are the one that have full control of the game, right? Right? Okay.
Well, it says that. It is quite clear. The playing conditions say the umpires are the sole judges of the fitness of the ground. It says that here locally as well. The umpires are the sole judges. So if you force the umpire hand to call play, and the players are not impressed with that, you know what is sad? If the Players Association was together and they banned those two captains, all the players should say, well, we not play no cricket until you move the ban.
Exactly.
But we're not together. I'm sure two players somewhere saying, boy, they're not getting banned, make it a chance of getting up in some cricket.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yes, that is how we function. Dog eat dog.
Yeah.
You understand? He get cut down standing up for you. Those players who were part of those teams should say to them, if these guys are banned, we all voted to make the decision. So ban all of us, because we're not playing neither. You understand? I see somebody here is saying, are you guys saying that the sports administrators are acting like politicians?
Yes.
And somebody saying, yes, they're acting like politicians. You know? So there is where we believe that we need to make some changes. We need strong leaders, and we need them to stand up to administrators. We put them there.
Exactly. And we can take them out.
Some time ago, I was coaching the Antigua cricket team, myself and John Archibald. We were preparing the team for a T20 tournament. They used to call it the Independence, the Tri-Nation. It was going to be Antigua, I think Guyana and Jamaica. And we were with the team for 2 weeks. John Archibald was my assistant, and we weren't sure if Devon Thomas was going to be released to play in the game. He was with the Lifeline Hurricanes. So we were there, and so we started to groom this guy, Kerry Mentor, to be the captain. And he was coming along really nicely. We felt that he was handling the scenarios well. The players were responding to him really well. They started to form a good bond and so on. And so we decided that we're going to make him the captain. John and myself, we're going to recommend that he be the captain. Normally, it's either the coaches and the selectors, or the coaches would recommend to the body, the administrator, who they want to be the captain. And most of the time, they would just rubber stamp it. They would just approve. Anyway, I just want to read this comment before we go on. Kenny, we have spineless people in all these entities. They go along to get along.
It's true.
You believe that?
Yes.
You go along to get along?
No.
So you are spine?
Of course I have spine.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know, Arlene. I'm just asking.
Of course.
I'm just asking. But what I'm saying is that when we gave them the team, I realized that the vice president, my good friend Kenny, didn't announce the captain. We gave him the team and the captain. He didn't announce the captain. But I didn't, you know. So I announced it. I said, Kerry Skipper, no, Kerry Mentor, captain. He didn't say anything. Anyway, I got a call from the president, Mr. Rodney, that night and said, I see you all sending in the so-and-so, the captain, you know, remember the board have the final say. And so I didn't say anything. I know the board don't have the final say. The board is just there to ratify. Anyway, the morning he called me and he said to me, the board rejected our proposal and they've appointed Devon Thomas as the captain.
But you know, say y'all weren't sure if he was.
We weren't sure. But then we heard he was coming, but he was late in the preparation, but we have already targeted this guy to captain the team. So once he said to me that the board have appointed Devon Thomas as the captain, I said to him, okay, no problem. Y'all can appoint a new coach as well.
Of course.
He said, what that mean? I said, that's it. I'm off. I'm off the job. Anyway, he called John Archibald, my good friend. And he said to John, you know, Flipper pull out as a coach. He said he done step down. So you want to? John said no. And if Flipper step down,
me step down.
Me go forward. Flipper give me the work. And if me and Flipper can't make a decision and I'm captain, then we don't need to be around. And it was a back and forth, and eventually they called Devon Thomas and asked him if it is okay if Kerry Mentor captain, and he said yes, and then they called back and said, it's okay, Mentor is, and I said, no, I done with that, boss. I done with that. And it got on the radio.
And that's what you call standing up.
Because
you already
if we have to get permission from Devon Thomas
exactly.
for John Archibald and myself to select a captain for Antigua, then you don't need us.
Exactly.
I'm nobody's puppet.
So they should coach the team then.
And so at the last minute, they got a couple of people and they called us all sorts of names. And
so
I am not surprised, even though me and Kuma good, that they don't want me around because they know that I am not going to take no nonsense.
That's true.
I know what I'm doing. I think so. Because up to last year or so, I believe that I was still with the West Indies senior team and with the Emerging Players Academy and so on. So I still believe people out there believe that I understand what I'm doing and so on. But I'm not going to take no foolishness just because you give me a job. Exactly. And I know it is foolishness. Exactly. And so they called me. They said it was treason.
So they had to call a player to find out if it's okay that somebody has been the captain.
Support the player. Me said no. No, it is simple. It is only a little tournament. We have somebody we're working with, and we felt that it was a good, a good feeling. We were in a good place. The rapport was good. The camaraderie was good. The leadership was good. He understand what we were trying to achieve, and he can take it out on the field and manage it out there. We felt good about that. And we named, who is the Cricket Association to say no? You're no coach. You're no technical people. We are the technicians in this case. We said we want him to be captain. You ratify it. If he messes up, you fire us. Exactly. That's how it works. Not you come and say you're going to appoint somebody. That's not your job. And so we find that a lot of these associations believe that they're too big and they're in control of everything. They want to give you a job and they want to do it for you. Yeah. And I'm saying to coaches that because the football association have a lot of spineless guinea pigs coaching out there.
I know, because I can see
some of them now get paid and they still go for plane ride.
Well, that's the thing, Flipper. It's all about a plane ride to say you have on Antigua close.
Well, me tired right
Because
playing, so
I can't see that I am a certified coach here and I'm going to be second to somebody doing remote. It can't happen. It can't happen. And again,
you have a coach
they're
coaching
not
by remote here?
Antigua football.
Tell the people about
coach.
it, Arlene. Tell us about it. What's happening?
Wait there,
in football?
Ledgerwood, he's a remote coach. He's not on the ground.
Tell us, what do you mean by remote?
You're coached by computer. He's not here physically.
So he's the head coach for the Benner Boys, but he's not in Antigua.
No.
So who coaches the team?
Let me who coaches the team.
If he's not here, who is coaching?
The two assistants that they have here. So why can't they be the head of the Benner Boys? Why they can't be the head coach? Why he have to be there in England coaching, and then when they're traveling, he travel with the team?
Is it possible to coach remotely?
Ask ABFA. You're the president for Blackhawks, right?
Earl, is it possible to coach remotely? Dallas, can I stay in the West Indies and coach you in Australia? Is it possible? Or will it be effective?
So when the team do bad, who get the blame?
They cost the players.
All I'm saying, the coaches and them here is spineless. They are supposed to stand up. We're not working with nobody that is not on the ground coaching our national team. You can't tap in England and tell me what to do here.
We need intervention. We need
serious intervention.
Well, and it is only going to come by the way of organized clubs. There are too many people who represent clubs, go to meetings
and say yes.
No, not even say yes. They go and represent their interests. And not the club. I know there's one guy from All Saints, have the last name like me. Once he can get a flight to carry the bag on them, he not on tall bad about the association.
He taps the bad about the association.
Once he can get one flight.
When he mean get locked up, what happened?
All I'm saying, Arlene, once he can get a flight to carry some dirty clothes,
please,
and carry some dirty equipment, he not on tall bad to say about the association.
Please.
I asked a question and somebody saying here, coaching by remote, it's not practical in my opinion. And somebody saying, not possible and it's not effective. So
you're telling me the Football Association don't know that?
Let me ask you something, Arlene. You think they know?
Yeah, they know. They just not have no confidence in the coaches and them here. And that's why...
Arlene, I'm going back to my earlier point. You sure now give them too much credit? You think they really know? Arlene, so much of dodo bird up at the Football Association, right?
They call them dodo bird.
Dodo bird. That I don't think that they know.
They know, man.
No, I think they believe it is technology and it is new. I think the guy tell them he can do it and they bought it.
I'm wondering if they owed him. Remember, he used to play for the Benham.
Arlene, I don't think they know. I don't think they know.
I think
honestly.
they know. They just don't have no confidence in the local coaches here.
But Arlene, they can't not let him do it. They can't and let him do it.
Again, me think they know is what
I
they
think you're
mean.
giving them too much credit, Arlene, honestly. I think you're giving them too much credit.
They know, but again,
Arlene,
there's no confidence. They have no confidence in the local coaches.
I think you're giving them too much credit. It's just like you're telling me you believe they know that if they go and use the turf on and off, on and out, in and out, eventually you're going to match up in 2 years' time. You think they know that?
They know.
No one. Arlene, you have so much confidence in
They
them
know,
people.
they just no one for fix up nobody.
Arlene, I don't
Nobody
understand.
feel.
Oh, you just tell me that somebody tell you that at the worst administration, How you have so much confidence in them? Arlene, they don't know nothing.
They had a confidence in them, but it's reality,
Arlene,
Flipper.
they don't know nothing.
What do you mean they don't know nothing?
I'm sure they don't even know what they be.
They know. Flipper, I'm going to tell you, in there for so long and don't. Flipper in there for so long and don't know.
You go ahead and have so much confidence in them people.
No, on a serious note, they're there for so long and they don't know.
Arlene, them people daft.
Okay, so all the presidents and them for the clubs or the teams or whatever, them they daft too?
Most of them come here and president.
So you daft too?
No, I try to warn people about them. Weren't I up there with placards and so on?
And who follow you?
Nobody. So at the end of the day, you can't say me daft. Maybe me the only one that not daft. Well, a couple of pretty boy was there. Joey Christopher came up.
Okay.
Parish came up and so
Okay,
forth.
them then a daft like the rest
You know,
of them.
and Barbara, of course, was there supporting in behind the scene and so forth. So there are a few people who understand. Let me see this. They are following in the politician's footsteps. We are told that they can their ministry remotely. Oh, maybe operate. We were told that they can operate or run their ministries remotely. Ha ha ha. Wow, 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 what a thing. Anyway, Arlene, wrap it up for us.
Well, again, it's another Wednesday night we're here. Are we going to be here? Well, I won't be here next week. So you're solo again. But for the Christmas, are we going to be here for that week? 'Cause
Yeah.
Christmas is on a Wednesday.
Yes.
So we're going to be here the Monday?
We'll see what management says.
Okay. So again, thanks for all who tune in. And again, our sports needs a lot of help. And we can't do it. Me and Flipper can't do it alone. We need the people that have the spine to stand up and fight for our sports, because our sports going down and we don't need that. So until next week, God's willing, Flipper, solo. Good night from me.
Well, folks, thanks very much for watching, for participating, for your texts and your comments. We will be back on Monday, God's willing, to maybe wrap it up, maybe for the year. And then we will hopefully move into 2025. So until then, have a good evening. Kenny Benjamin.
Arlene Josiah, good night.
See you.